One man is running, alone, not with a plan, just running through streets that stopped caring about him a long time ago, in a country that stopped working for people like him even longer ago than that. Behind him, one man, not rushing, not radioing for backup, walking, the way a man walks when he already knows how the night ends. Jun-seok stops, turns around, looks at the figure moving through the dark toward him with the patience of something that cannot be negotiated with. But let's go back. Before any of this, Jun-seok was just a young man walking out of a prison gate into a country that had collapsed around him while he was inside. This is where it started. In a dystopian future South Korea, where everything has collapsed, the economy is in ruins, the Korean won has crossed so badly it's practically worthless, and people are struggling to survive in a society that's falling apart, we meet Jun-seok, a young man being released from prison after serving time for a botched heist. He walks out into the gray, polluted streets where people wear masks just to breathe. The money he and his friends stole before his incarceration, completely worthless now because of the economic collapse. When a currency crashes, as the Korean won in this film, it's called hyperinflation. Imagine you have $1 million, but in 2 years, that same $1 million can barely buy a loaf of bread. This actually happened in Zimbabwe in 2008, when a $100 trillion bill couldn't buy a bus ticket. The money Jun-seok risked everything for became worthless paper. This is why the characters are so desperate. They're trapped in an economy where their national currency means nothing. Jun-seok reunites with his two best friends, Jang-ho and Ki-hoon. Jang-ho works as a bouncer at a sleazy club, getting paid almost nothing. Ki-hoon barely scrapes by, living with his elderly parents in a cramped apartment. They meet at a rundown arcade where the power cuts out every few minutes. Jun-seok looks at his friends and makes a proposal. One last heist, one final job to get them enough money to escape South Korea forever. Their target is an illegal underground gambling house that deals exclusively in US dollars, real money that actually has value. Jun-seok has been planning this for months in prison. He knows their security patterns, their weaknesses. The trio recruits Sang-soo, a young employee who works inside the gambling house. Sang-soo provides detailed layouts, security camera positions, and guard shift patterns. Jun-seok contacts Bung-sik, a black market dealer who sells them firearms. The four men prepare meticulously, studying plans and timing their movements. The night of the heist arrives. They enter the gambling house wearing masks. The plan immediately falls apart. Guards appear unexpectedly, alarms sound early, shots are fired. But somehow, through chaos and desperation, they succeed. They grab massive stacks of US dollar bills. Then, Jun-seok notices surveillance hard drives in the vault and takes them on instinct. The four men escape with the money. They're rich. They're free. Sang-soo decides to continue working at the gambling house for a few days to avoid raising suspicion. Jun-seok, Jang-ho, and Ki-hoon drive to Ki-hoon's parents' home to hide out. What the men don't know is that those surveillance hard drives contain far more than gambling footage. They contain recordings of illegal meetings between the gambling house owners and corrupt politicians, dirty cops, and organized crime bosses. These aren't just robbery evidence. They're blackmail material worth millions, maybe billions. The gambling house owner realizes the drives are missing and panics. He can't go to the police. He needs someone outside the system. He calls Han. Han is a former police officer turned contract killer. But he's not just any hitman. Han is a predator who hunts his targets, plays with them, makes them suffer. Once Han accepts a job, his targets are already dead. They just don't know it yet. Han represents a real phenomenon in organized crime, the professional cleaner. Unlike street criminals who kill impulsively, contract killers like Han are methodical professionals. They don't leave witnesses, they don't leave evidence, and they never stop until the job is complete. Han isn't just a killer. He's a hunter who understands the system from both sides. Han's first move is visiting Bung-sik, the weapons dealer. He walks in with cold efficiency and forces Bung-sik to call Jun-seok and reveal their location. Bung-sik tries to warn Jun-seok in coded language, but it doesn't matter. Han gets what he needs, then kills Bung-sik execution style. One target down. Han finds Sang-sik next, still working at the gambling house. Here's where Sang-sik faces his final loyalty test. Han offers him a choice. Tell me where your friends are and I'll let you live. Stay silent and you die right now. We don't see what Sang-sik chooses, but we know the result. Han kills him and takes his phone. Did Sang-sik give up his friends before dying? We'll never know. That night, Jun-seok wakes from a nightmare, feeling something is wrong. At a bar, his phone rings. It's Song-soo's number. Jun-seok answers. Silence. Then another call. Someone else has Song-soo's phone. Jun-seok's blood runs cold. He calls Jang-ho and Ki-hoon. We need to leave. Right now. The three men rush to the parking lot. As they're about to drive away, a gunshot rings out. The bullet hits Jang-ho in the shoulder. The car crashes. Jun-seok looks up and sees Han standing calmly, holding a pistol. Han could finish them right now, but he doesn't. He looks at his watch. You have 5 minutes. Run. This isn't a job anymore. It's a hunt. And the hunt is always better when the prey runs first. Before we continue, if you're enjoying this recap, hit that like button and subscribe for more movie breakdowns like this. Jun-seok and Ki-hoon drag wounded Jang-ho into another car and speed to a hospital in another city. What they don't realize is that Han has access to the city's surveillance system. Within hours, he's found them. Jun-seok sees Han on a window. He's here. They grab Jang-ho and run through hospital corridors with Han pursuing calmly, never rushing. They burst into the parking lot, steal Han's car, and speed away. Ki-hoon finds Han's police badge in the glove compartment. He's a cop. That explains everything. The surveillance access, the professionalism, the relentlessness. But Jun-seok realizes something worse. If Han is a cop, the corruption goes all the way to the top. They can't go to the police. They're completely alone. Desperate, Jun-seok calls Han and tries to negotiate. We'll give you the hard drives. Everything. Just let us go. Han's response is cold. No. He's not interested in deals or mercy. The hunt continues. Han is eventually arrested by regular police, who don't know about his contract work. For a moment, the three men think they're safe, but then the police chief, one of the corrupt officials whose crimes are recorded on those hard drives, instructs that he should be released. This is the devastating reversal. The very system that should protect them is hunting them. The police aren't going to save them because the police are part of the conspiracy. Han walks out a free man, and the three friends realize they're not just being hunted by one killer, they're being hunted by the entire corrupted system. The three men drive to a harbor where they've arranged to catch a boat to Taiwan at dawn. But Ki-hoon starts thinking about his parents, old, vulnerable, alone in the house where they were hiding. Jun-seok begs him not to go. Your parents are probably fine. If you go back, you'll die. Ki-hoon knows this is true, but he also knows he can't abandon his elderly parents to save himself. I have to check on them. I can't leave them, he says. Ki-hoon chooses loyalty to his family over survival. Ki-hoon drives away, and we know we'll never see him alive again.
Jun-seok grows worried and goes back to Ki-hoon's house. He sees an unfamiliar car outside. His heart sinks. Han is already there. Jun-seok rushes back to the harbor and grabs Jang-ho. We have to go, now. But before Jang-ho can start the engine, bullets chatter the windows. Han has found them. Jun-seok realizes they can't keep running. Fighting him is our only chance. They grab their guns. A brutal gunfight erupts. Han methodically advances, firing with cold precision. Jang-ho, still wounded from earlier, is moving slowly. Han shoots him again and again. Jang-ho collapses, blood pooling beneath him. With his last breath, Jang-ho whispers, "Go, just go." Then he dies. Jun-seok is alone, pinned down, out of ammunition. Han approaches, reloading. This is it. Han raises his gun, aims at Jun-seok's head. But before he can pull the trigger, multiple gunshots ring out. Masked men emerge, firing at Han from all directions. Han is hit multiple times and falls off the dock into the dark water. The leader removes his mask. It's Bong-soo, brother of Bong-sik, the weapons dealer Han killed. Bong-soo had been tracking Han, waiting to take revenge for his brother's death. The hunter became the hunted. But here's the twist. This rescue isn't really a rescue. It's just another link in an endless chain of revenge. Jun-seok escapes to Taiwan. He's made it out. He's free. But then his contacts send a message. Han survived. He's alive. The bullets, the fall into the ocean, somehow Han survived it all. Jun-seok never asked about Ki-hoon because he knew about the truth. Ki-hoon got dead. He went back to check on his parents, and Han killed him.
Jun-seok realizes he will never be free as long as Han is alive. He can run to Taiwan, to another country, to the other side of the world. But Han will never stop. The hunt will never end. There's only one way this can finish. Jun-seok makes his decision. He stays in Taiwan and trains. He builds his strength, learns to fight, acquires better weapons. He transforms from a scared thief into something else, a hunter himself. The roles have reversed completely. The prey has become the predator. Months later, Jun-seok returns to South Korea, armed and determined. He's not running anymore. He's coming back to face Han, to end this once and for all. The movie ends with Jun-seok walking through the same gray, polluted streets where the story began. If this recap had you on the edge of your seat, smash that subscribe button and hit the bell icon. Drop a comment below telling you what other thrillers I should cover next. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next recap.
So here is what I want you to sit with. When Ki-hoon went back to his parents, knowing Han was already closing in, was that the bravest thing anyone did in this entire story? Or was it the moment the plan finally broke the people who built it? Tell me in the comments. I read every single one, and I want to know where you land on that, because there is no clean answer, and that is exactly why it matters. If this breakdown hit you somewhere real, smash that like button. Let's get this to 5,000. And if this is the first time you found this channel, subscribe now. Every week we go deeper into the films that carry something true underneath the surface. I'll see you in the next one.